Welcome back to the channel here. Today we are checking out a PHEV, a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. And yeah, it is this stallion beauty right here, this 2024 BMW X5 xDrive50e. Make it really simple for you. There is a gasoline component and an electric component. Most folks who are buying these cars probably know that, but in case you're confused by all the new terminology and all the new technology, I will help break it down for you today. Plug-in hybrid electric vehicle basically means this has about a 40-mile only electric range, and then the car seamlessly switches over to its gasoline engine. So just like any of the cars around me here would have a gasoline engine, this has an electric engine, electric motor on top of that. If you drive 10 miles one way to work, that's 20 miles a day, you could charge this every night and never need gas during the week. That's kind of the goal of this thing. And then of course, it's got that gasoline engine for some peace of mind for the longer road trips in case you're going out of town or something like that. So new for 2024, the electric portion of this PHEV gets a major boost both in range and in power. But you can go longer in this X5 than you ever could before on electric only range, and there is more power altogether. It is over 400 horsepower combined with the electric motor and the gas engine working together. That's quite amazing. This has been around for so long, and the PHEV actually has been around since 2016. That 2016 X5 PHEV only had 14 miles of range. This is now more than double that. So the technology is getting better, but of course with technology getting better and things being more opulent, so does the price. The price hikes up for sure. And because of that change in power, more power, so does the name of the car. It used to be called the BMW X5 xDrive45e. Now this is called the X5 xDrive50e. So I don't really follow all of BMW's crazy complicated naming games because they seem to make it more complicated every time they introduce a new vehicle. And to be totally honest, I don't really care. So if you have any ideas, drop them below. So today I'll give you a full review of the outside of this beauty. Of course, the inside, the luxurious appointments and the materials, premium, top of the line all the way. These seats are articulating as well. The top and the bottom move independently of each other, meaning you can find any position you want. It is so comfortable to drive around, break down all the tech for you, and of course get it out on the road and show you how this thing drives both in electric mode, in hybrid mode, and of course in sport gas only mode. So if you are new to the channel here, thank you so much for finding us. Be sure to subscribe below and like this video if you find it helpful. Before we get moving here, a huge shout out to the folks at Cramer's Middletown in Middletown, Pennsylvania. They've lent me this beautiful X5 for the day. They've got SUVs, sports cars, sedans, they've got rentals, they've got short-term leases, lease for 6 or 7 months instead of 2 or 3 years. They've got a whole collision repair shop, tons of vehicles, more information at the link below, and of course, even more information in the video description below. And while you're at it, make sure you're following us over on Instagram as well at Overdrive Reviews. Let's hop into the exterior here and break down all of the fun things on the outside. Let's get moving. Alrighty, so outside at first glance, this might look kind of like an unchanged X5 for 2024, but there are some small tweaks. Things like the headlights, the lower fascia, the grille, the taillights, all get small minor tweaks over the previous generation. But by and large, it looks kind of the same to the average person who really doesn't follow this day in and day out. Of course, your classic kidney bean type grille up front here on this X5. You've got a lot of pathways or pass-throughs for air, of course, to cool down this big old sporty engine. This is the inline 6-cylinder with the electric component built into it. So it's not like it's the V8 or the high output crazy X5 engine, but more than enough air to pass through there. These lights are beautiful at night. They're super, super bright. But of course, this nice big grille right here. And since this one is the PHEV, all of the emblems have this blue kind of ring built in to kind of signal that, hey, this is electrified by eye. That is what BMW says right here by the charge port, by the way, electrified by eye. Now the wheels on this are 275/45 R20s, I believe, here on the front. These are Pirelli Scorpion Zero all-season tires. Look at that big massive rotor inside there. Again, that blue ring on the outside to signify that, hey, this is an EV. It is just a gorgeous, handsome vehicle from every angle, no matter where you stand. The light today especially shining on this car. It could be a little bit more clean. I could have buffed it up before I put it on camera here, but by and large keeps the same kind of BMW X5 design and shape that we've come to love over the years. And I'll give you a quick teaser. Just check out that interior. Oh, look at those seats. It's just unbelievable. But that 360 camera system right there, of course, another camera on your side view mirror, along with blinking indicators right here built right in. Another cool thing I want to mention is that air springs are standard on the xDrive50e, but this car doesn't get adaptive dampers that are available on other X5 models. So adaptive dampers available on other X5s. On this PHEV, this just has air springs. Now there's also rear wheel steering available on some X5s, but unfortunately it is not available on the PHEV. BMW calls it their integral active steering. And all of this costs a lot of money too. Even though you're not getting those fun things like rear wheel steering or adaptive dampers, it's not cheap. This PHEV starts around $73,495. That's a 10% price hike over the previous year, about $7 grand more. The base six-cylinder, the inline six-cylinder, starts around $66,195. That's up $3,600, and the V8 about $90,295, up almost $4,000 over last year. I think I would find a way if I had the money to rationalize spending that much. And you can see right here too, BMW has the BMW LED logo built right into the lights here. This beautiful black kind of obsidian paint, but you do have the built-in blind spot monitoring here, and everything feels super, super hefty. I mean, like, this car is locked right now, but the actual handles, they feel incredible. They don't feel cheap, they don't feel chintzy, and you don't realize what a door feels like until you kind of have a luxury SUV. I love the BMW built in right here as well, under these beautiful rear tail lights, more cinched, more pinched, and just a beautiful car. Here's the name of the vehicle, by the way, xDrive50e, and this is also a split trunk, a split liftgate, like the BMW X5 always is. We'll get to the cargo in just a moment here, but all in all, an exterior that has not changed all that much, minor tweaks here and there. Okay, let's talk charging before we get to the actual engine and all the stats under the hood here. This is where the charge port is on the BMW X5, and it is locked right now because I'm not close enough to the car. Let's unlock it so this opens up. There we go. It's right here on the driver's side of the vehicle. It's a level 2 charger, and it actually charges faster than the previous version, up to 7.4 kilowatts, which is actually double. It's twice as fast as it was before. And there's also a larger battery pack, about a 25.7 kilowatt hour battery pack, extending your range up to 38 miles of electric only range. And remember, 30 miles is what it was before, so it's about 10% higher than it was previously. And just keep in mind that that 38 miles is electric only. That is not how far this car will go, then it stops. There is still a gasoline engine. This is a majority gas vehicle with a small electric component to it, and that is where you do that. The gasoline cap is on the passenger side of the vehicle. This is the great kind of middle ground for someone who is scared of full-on EV but wants to maybe try it out and see how it goes. So here you've got faster charging, you've got a larger battery pack, and you can charge this thing overnight in your house without any issues, and you wake up in the morning with enough power for most folks to drive to and from work without ever having to use a drop of gasoline. Then you've got the safety and the comfort and convenience and the, I guess, peace of mind of a gasoline engine for those longer trips that take you beyond 38 miles. Let's hop under the hood here and talk the engine stats, what the output is altogether. So the total output of this inline six-cylinder is 483 horsepower with 516 pound-feet of torque. Now 193 of that comes from the electric motor, with the remaining coming from the gasoline engine. So turbocharged and intercooled 24-valve 3.0 liter inline six-cylinder, and it sounds really, really cool when it's not being silent and it's on electric or hybrid mode. And remember I said that the name changed for this to xDrive50e for this model year? Well, the same is true for the top of the line X5M super out of this world quick vehicle. That is now called the M60i xDrive instead of the M50i xDrive. So M50i to M60i for 2024. And despite more power and all of that and more range, this PHEV is actually 150 pounds lighter than the 2021 version, which is when this kind of body style was introduced, this generation, I guess you could call it. And a 0 to 60 mile per hour sprint in under 4 seconds, about 3.9 seconds, just unbelievably quick quick for a large SUV like this. And of course, it sounds incredible whenever you have that a nice German exhaust working for you, right? It sounds just amazing. Take a listen. It is a quick vehicle, and it's mated, this engine, by the way, mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. So it is smooth, it is quiet, it shifts seamlessly. All right, let's check out the cargo room in this X5 here. Of course, up underneath the emblem is the button for the top portion of the power lift gate right there. This small section here, just a small button at the top, and you can just tap this right here, and it folds down for you. Power all over the place. So behind the second row of seats, you've got 31 cubic feet of space. With all the seats down, you've got 71 cubic feet of space. And right now, of course, you've got this nice privacy cover that is not actually doing its job. It is back and opened up to put all kinds of suitcases and things in here. And there is some road gear down here as well. You could store your charger for the car down here, some, I don't know, towels for keeping the car clean. Not a ton of room, to be honest, down here, but there is room nonetheless. And it actually is held up by a nice little bar right here too, so it's not flimsy or floppy. It locks right back into place. No storage cubbies over here that are all that deep or impressive. This one over here is the first aid kit for you. And there is no actual like putting the seats down lever from back here like I thought there might be. Some vehicles have, you know, the little buttons back here that pop the second row of seats down. To get those seats down, you have to do it manually. All it is a simple button right up top here. You just yank this and then the seats can go down. And I'll get to those seats and breaking them down later when I check out the rear portion of the car here. But 31 cubic feet of space behind the second row, 71 altogether. Now, to put this little tray back up, is what I call it, tap the button again for the small portion and it automatically goes back up in place. And you'll see next to it, look at this, there's another button, and this actually will lower the vehicle for you to, you know, load in heavier items, or if you're short and the car's too tall and you have to put things in, it'll lower the vehicle from its higher position and actually make it easier for you to load things up. Right now the car, as you can probably tell because of how close the wheel is to the wheel well, it is already in its lowest mode, so there's nothing for me to really show you without starting the car back up and doing all of that. But that button is really nice. Placed, convenient for sure. Tap this right here and the car will be lower for you to do your thing here in the cargo hold. And again, to close this, of course, it is a power lift gate, so tap that and you are all set. And that is all she wrote for the cargo place. Now let's hop into the front part of this vehicle, this cockpit, and check it all out. You are in for a damn treat. Okay, let's do it. Starting here at the door, beautiful color combinations here in the door. You've got some charcoal gray, some dark gray, some black, and of course this brown that is just luscious. And the seats are obviously this color as well too. Look at those inside there. Of course, on the door here, you've got automatic up and down windows on every single window. You've got all your different controls here. You've got memory here as well. And this handle, again, I love to rate handles for basically no reason other than I love feeling things that feel nice. These feel incredible. Nicely done on not chinking out on the door handles. You do have a built-in speaker right here at the door, some real wood trim, and nicely integrated all together. Black and brown don't always really work, I guess, but BMW does a nice job for sure. Let's get a view of the seats from this angle here before I get too far into the vehicle. These are quilted leather seats. Look how delicious they are. They are super comfortable. And like I mentioned before at the beginning of the video, the backs of the seats here, the top and the bottom, move independently of each other. They're like articulating. And how you do that is right here. This looks like a normal button that just pushes the seat back and forth, up and down, up and down. Yeah, we've all seen that button before. But what we've not seen, or I haven't seen recently, is this built-in button where you push in on the top, and look, just the top moves back and forth. The bottom kind of stays put. So this top portion with this little button built into the top of the button here literally moves just the top back portion. How incredible is that? And this little built-in button right here moves your thigh support. So BMWs have always had these nice thigh support cushions built in, but sometimes they're manual. They are power now on this one, and of course built right into the already existing buttons. And these do everything else they should, you know, up and down. This is like what, a 12-way now or something? I can't even count that high. A million ways to move your seat seat back and forth, and of course you do also have lumbar support. It's just incredible what they've done. And you also can move your side bolsters right here with the other button. So all kinds of comfort options to make these seats as comfortable as possible. And by the way, that option for the, I guess what we're going to call the articulating seat option, is a $750 option. All right, enough about the seats. Let's hop in here and discuss this incredible cockpit. Let's do our little door check. A little more rattly than I expected. The window is down, so maybe that was the pane of glass inside the door rattling, but okay, that could probably be better. So right here, we are inside the BMW X5, and good Lord, is it a beautiful vehicle. The first thing you'll notice is this very, very large, semi-curved screen. If you look at it from this angle, I think you can actually see how curved it actually is. Yeah, check that out. Isn't that crazy? It's a 12.3-inch gauge cluster right here in front of me. Let's turn this around. A 12.3-inch gauge cluster in front of me, and then a 14.9-inch entertainment screen. And it is crystal clear. It is new and improved for 2024, and that is the biggest interior improvement BMW is putting in this X5 for this model year. There is no doubt about it. It is unbelievably easy to use and super, super fun to use too. Of course, it is touch. You can do all the sort of things you want with your finger. Go to your climate control. You can also go to navigation, your music, and if you want to, those buttons also, some of those buttons, I say some of those buttons are also down here next to the famous click wheel. The click wheel is still super easy to use and makes using BMW's system even more I guess every day. Sometimes these cars get so involved and so fancy, it's hard to figure them out. But you do have the media button here, telephone, home, map, and navigation. Now, what you won't see down here, or even up here above my drink, by the way, what you won't see even right here are any climate control buttons. That's because all the climate controls are in the screen this year. So anything you want to do, turn on the heat, put on your heated seat, put on the air conditioning, put on your ventilated seats, which this car has, it's all here in the touch screen. Some folks are not going to like that. I kind of don't like that. I like to be able to find my buttons kind of quickly when I'm driving and just touch what I want. That said, BMW has still made this center portion really, really pretty and attractive. It is angled toward the driver, as you can kind of tell. Look at it. Yep, you can still see the screen just perfectly. That's because it is angled toward the driver, as is this section right here where the volume button is, along with your hazard lights and some, okay, I lied. There's some controls here for your HVAC system, but it's very, very minimal and not what you need day to day. These right here are your little vent directions to kind of swirl them around. These do feel kind of cheap, I'm not gonna lie. They don't feel super, super sturdy. I feel like if someone gets in at the wrong angle and like whacks into it with their elbow or their body or something, these will snap right off. These do not feel all that nice. But what does feel really nice and looks really nice are these wood inserts here. You can also customize a lot of the ambient lighting in this car for sure. But it all feels super nice to the touch. There's leather stitching all up here on the dash, that big speaker up front for you as well. Now the car right now is not actually on. Let's put my foot on the pedal, and here is your start stop button down here in the center, like an old-fashioned Saab, but more modern because it's a push button start. Right now the car is in, I believe, hybrid mode. Let's put it in electric mode. Just push the electric button, and the electric individual mode pops up right here on the screen. It'll kind of do what you want it to do. There's electric individual, and you can configure what individual means to you. So all kinds of ways to configure each of your driving modes. And over here you'll see in the touch screen, or the digital screen rather, over on the left side is your miles per hour. And by the way, the electric only mode tops out at 87 miles per hour. So you really can't go faster than 87 miles per hour in electric only mode. It kind of stops you from going any faster. And right here on the right side, you can see down there at the bottom, now it says 39 miles left of electric only range. That is where you will show all of your charging stats over here on the right side. When you do switch the car over to something like, let's go to sport mode. The car right now is on, but you can't really hear it. Listen to this. Push sport. Yeah, and it turned on. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but look at the screen here. Everything changes colors. It actually is all orange and red now and looks, of course, more sporty. And then all of a sudden, who cares about charge, because you're going to be using your gas engine for this if you're in the sport mode setting for sure. Let's talk about this steering wheel, because it is beautiful. It is gorgeous. It feels incredible in your hands. Supple, soft leather, beautifully designed, ergonomical for sure. BMW does a great job with that, as they always do. Your different cruise control settings settings over here on the left side, and your audio, entertainment, infotainment stuff over here on the right side. But again, this center screen, super easy to use. I'm just using the click wheel down here rather, to kind of scroll through my different apps right here. All sorts of things that you would need for your EV portions if you want to charge the car. Climate control, exterior lighting, interior lighting right there. Let's click that and see what that does. Reading light, ambient light, cockpit brightness. Let's click ambient lighting. Yeah, and this can change the colors of the color scheme, all sorts of brightness and luminosity, all the things you want to do to make this car as you as possible. But again, climate control only here in the center screen. Now down by the click wheel where I was before, let's go back down there. If you see right beneath it right here, this is the place where you can make the car higher or lower. Right here, just click of a button, the vehicle will rise up and it'll tell you what it's doing. And this, of course, you can also lower the whole way down, and it feels great to the touch as well. You do have more modes right here: sport, hybrid, electric. You got your downhill assist mode, automatic hold as well, parking brake, and this actually is the gear shifter. It's a little odd to figure out at first, but with your foot on the brake, backwards the whole way is drive, up is reverse, and park, yeah, it's not in this. I thought it was. For 30 seconds, I had no idea what to do. No, push the P button, dummy. Yeah, that's the button for park. But by the way, this car is still in reverse mode, at least on the screen. The 360 camera is super clear with the details and things, and you can see everywhere you want all around the car, and there are tons of ways you can make these cameras work for you and, you know, keep you and your family safe out on the road. But the materials throughout are just phenomenal. The beautiful design and overall feel. Quality is, of course, top of the line, top tier, no doubt. Let me move my cup right here. I want you to see this big piece of moving wood that hides the cup holders right here. Push it back down. Look how sleek, how pretty, and just nicely designed that is. In here, by the way, you do have a USB port. You do have other USB-Cs in the car. There's a wireless charging pad up here. You do have a 12-volt charging outlet there, right there in front of the cup holders. And in between the two passengers, or the two people up front, you do have a rather large center armrest. It has a decently deep little cavern down there. There is a USB-C charger down there to plug in your phone as well. This could be a little bit bigger for as large as this car is. This center console is a bit tiny in my opinion. Let's talk about the big sunroof up top. It is a panoramic sunroof. It is closed right now, but what's cool about it is that the button for it, the button for the glass and for the sunshade are all in one button. So yank this back for the sunshade, and there it goes. It goes the whole way back past the second row. It is a huge sunroof, and a perfect day right now to show off the sunroof. And then you just whack it again to open up the glass. So some cars have two buttons, one for the shade, one for the glass. The BMW X5 uses just one button. And of course, a beautiful rear view mirror right here. Almost frameless, has a little bit of a bezeling on the outside, but a beautiful steering wheel. Insane center screen here, 14.9 inches, 12.3 inches here, and all sorts of modes: electric, sport, hybrid. What more could you possibly want? Let's do my normal check of these. Look how small and crazy teeny these are. Again, a big car, and you've got this crappy small little mirror. I guess people are using these less, and that's why car companies aren't focusing on them as much. But again, it's even thin. Look how thin it is. It doesn't really do all that much. It's kind of chintzy, not gonna lie. BMW skimping on the vanity mirrors here in the X5. The rear seat is where you might want to be if you feel like sleeping or kind of nodding off and maybe just enjoying your ride while someone chauffeurs you in this big old luxury SUV. The seats are beautiful back here. They match the front, of course. And what's really kind of fun and unique that I love a lot is that this center portion, yep, of course, splits down or folds down with your cup holders like any normal SUV does, but the center can be put down all by itself as a pass-through. So look at that. You've got two seats with the center down. You can put long things, skis, whatever, through the center here without having to lose one whole seat on either side. And of course, if you want the whole thing to go down, all you do is push this button right here, yank that, and the seats go down about 60-40. It is not a totally flat seat, but they go up very easy, they go down very easy. They are not automatic, which kind of sucks, but BMW may be saving some costs there, I'm not sure. And what I love about this X5 is tons of charging back here. A charge port right here for your USB-C. a charge port right here for a USB-C, and then way down there underneath the heating and air controls, 2 more USB-Cs in the rear here, along with a 12-volt outlet as well, a small deck to hold some stuff, and then you have complete control of your air and your heat back here. You've got heated seats as well. You do have, you know, your heat temperature. You've got your on and off in the direction as well. So you've got almost like a quad zone climate control option here. I'm a little surprised at how close I am to the front seat. The front seat's kind of where I was in the driving position. You'll be comfortable because these seats are squishy, comfortable, and supportive, no doubt about that, but you might be a little cramped if you kind of get agitated with seats being super close to your knees. I don't have all that much room. It is time for the test drive. What do you say we get behind the wheel and take this baby out on the road? All right, so out on the road in the X5. I've got it in electric mode right now, and just a caution, whenever you start this thing up in electric mode, like you get in the car, you close the doors, and in a Tesla, you just hit the gear shifter into drive and you go. In this car, you still have to push the start-stop button even if you intend to do electric-only mode. So after you push the start-stop button, you don't hear an engine, you don't hear anything. The screen kind of comes a little more alive, and then you can get up and go, and it takes off silently. So it kind of messed with my brain a little bit because I'm used to getting into my EV, which is strictly an EV, and starting it up and going without having to push a button. You still have to push the start-stop button on this car because, duh, it's a gasoline-first engine versus just an electric first engine. There is a 4-year-old driving a motorcycle. Interesting. Welcome to Central Pennsylvania. I'm switching the seats right now to get myself even more molded and kind of folded into these seats. That articulating back is just such a cool feature. Again, it's not standard. You do have to opt up to it, but between the bolsters that move, the seat that moves every which way you want, and the back that moves independently of itself almost, there are endless options and configurations to make sure you are as like fit like a glove as possible into these super quilted, comfy, squishy seats. Nothing feels chintzy on the inside of this except for the vent, turners, but everything else feels superb. And this big screen in front of you, which is kind of curved in your direction as the driver, this 14.9-inch screen is just huge. It is massive, super crystal clear, and also there's some drive assist options helping me right now kind of drive along this road. I'm driving myself, but also the car is definitely pulling me through even more smoothly. It feels great. In EV only mode right now, I've got 33 miles left of EV range, and it is just supremely quiet. I can feel a little bit of road noise because this is a larger car with larger rims and bigger tires. Super nice over imperfections in the road. The suspension is nicely tuned. It is a sporty SUV, no doubt about. And remember, you can only go up to 87 miles an hour in EV in the electric only mode. You can't go above that. Then it kind of kicks into gas territory. So I've just turned on the air conditioning in my ventilated seat. I mean, I don't know what more you could ask for. This seat feels absolutely just almost sensual. Not to get gross and graphic about it, but it feels incredible. And the multi-contour option, go for it. You have to buy that if you're going to get one of these X5s. It's just incredible. And this electric only mode, again, I've gone about 10 miles. I've got 29 miles of electric only range left. I would be at work already if I was driving to and from work in the morning for your commute. Now, when you put this thing in hybrid mode, it drives like a hybrid would. It's kind of quiet and no gasoline at 10 miles an hour in a parking lot, and then on the highway and everything larger or everything more speedy, the gas engine kicks in and it kind of acts like a normal car, and you still get amazing fuel economy for a sporty SUV like this. In sport mode itself, absolute boss, under 4 seconds, 0 to 60. That time is just incredible. Once I get away from some cars here, I will definitely try that out and give you an acceleration test and see and hear what it sounds like. I can't wait for that. And I mentioned earlier when I was outside the vehicle talking about the adaptive dampers, this one does not have that. And I do feel like this car could use it because over some sharper bumps, some edgier bumps, I guess you could call them, there is a little bit of a kerplunk more than I would expect out of a luxury SUV like this. I'm going to take a side road here. Hold on a minute, everyone, hold on. We're gonna fly. Oh, yeah, a little sharp, felt that? Oh my God, oh, this thing just pulls you through. There is a car right there. I'm going way too fast. Sorry, sir. Well, I whacked on the brakes back there. The brake pedal feels nice. They could grip a little faster, in my opinion. I was going about 65, and I got down to about 30 when I was passing the guy. The brake pedal could be a little snappier, in my opinion, which is kind of surprising for a BMW. I didn't think I would think that. But now I've got the thing in sport mode. I kind of stopped and put it in sport. You can do it when you're moving too, but I put it in sport now. Here we go. Ready? Holy wow. Oh my God. Oh, that is incredible. Oh. Whew. And it downshifts with absolute butter silky smoothness. Unbelievable. All right, hit it again. Holy crap. Oh my God. Oh. Wow. Okay. Woo. Under 4 seconds to 60 miles an hour in a big family SUV. Unreal. Unreal. And you feel like you're going 25 miles an hour. That is just how firm and confident this thing feels at higher speeds. I mean, you're slamming the accelerator and it is going in a straight line. The car doesn't bounce or jump. The seats keep you in place. Holy crap. Whoa. Oh, that's fun. Okay, I gotta slow down before I get in trouble. All right, we are stopped. And we're just gonna whack the accelerator here. Are we ready? We are in sport mode still. All right, here we go. Holy crap. A little bit of hesitation there at the beginning. I'm not sure if that was me or the car, but I did kind of floor it, and it, for ever so slightly, just kind of hesitated for a second and then just took off. Well, that is it for this review today of this 2024 BMW X5 xDrive50e. This plug-in hybrid electric vehicle is just supremely fun everywhere you look. BMW does a nice job of combining electric and gas into a cohesive, still looks like a normal car package. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel below if you have not already. Like this video and comment below. And be sure to follow us also over on Instagram at Overdrive Reviews. I appreciate you watching. We will catch you on the next one.